My Hero video. We are bringing, as you can tell by the title, the question of today is it still mid? It picked up a little bit last time, but we are up to the U Festivals race. Oh, what you guys think about it?
Honestly, I like the idea of like heroes competing in like sporting events kind of deal, if that makes sense. Like use their powers other than like I guess just beating up bad guys and stuff. Um I don't know. I like the idea that just like this event shows like who's supposed to be like the top of the heroes. And from what I understood from like the classes and everything, like the farther you go down and like A B C D E F G or whatever, like the probably not as talented you are gonna be.
Hmm.
Like I think they even say like some of them are like workers, like
Business.
their quirk is just gonna be
Business
used
class.
for work. Business class, yeah,
Hmm.
and then you have the hero class. I like the idea of it. To answer if it's still mid, because I was the one that was like pounding the table about it. I don't think it's still mid. I thought this was a little slower of a part, but I don't think it like ruins it. Like I said, like I like the idea of like them using their quirks in like sporting events and competitions with each other. So I do like that part of it.
Um, uh, I agree, but two reasons why it's not mid. Past two episodes is Bakugo and Todoroki. They are card carrying show. Well, series. I'm reading it right now. They're carrying it for me. And find out that Todoroki's father is Endeavor, which I thought was really cool. I
Yeah,
I think Daniel knows. I know T Dub knows who Endeavor is. T, you don't. So you know he's the second strongest hero. But
yeah. No, that's all I've
He's
heard.
number two here overall.
but
Yeah,
it's kind of cool. I've seen like obviously things about him, and finding out that that is his dad, pretty cool.
Todoroki is pretty damn strong too. It is pretty crazy.
Wasn't
It
hyping him up
is
for no
wild, like
reason.
how much like
I just knew he was fire
above the
nice.
class he seems to be.
Yeah, yeah. I thought the race was or the whole uh like sporting event thing was pretty interesting because it kind of makes you realize like okay, they're still like pretty much like a high school, right? They're still
Hmm.
kids. They're still like doing sports for their school, still like representing their school, representing their class, which I thought was pretty cool. It's something that a lot of people can relate to. I also like the idea of like the better you do it in all the events, the more like the upper class heroes will like want you as their sidekick, or like the more you'll get
Yeah,
noticed.
they'll take you on in their agency.
Yeah, and I thought the race was pretty good too. It kind of showed some pretty unique ways of them using their abilities, like Todoroki freezing everyone's feet so that he could just run off at the very start. I think that was pretty funny to
Hmm.
see. So
Um, so for me, I don't think it's mid. Um, reason one, have I'm ahead in the anime. But uh, during this portion of it, the anime and manga, it's really cool to see because the reason they're doing the sports festival is in order to show the public, not just the heroes, but the public that everything is a okay in the school after the League of Villains attack. Um, so it's kind of a morale booster, I guess. Um, and it is for sure a way so that the current heroes can choose amongst in their agency, but it's not just the heroes it's not just people that are heroes participating in the hero class. Of course, it's the business class, and there's also the support class. You see the the support characters like the one gal who uh wears like the steampunk goggles and she makes Deku's
And got
stuff.
damn near last.
Hmm. But you see her using her smarts and her knowledge and inventions in order to try to keep up. She
Those
didn't.
better not be really sweet.
They're not. They're basically just for Deku, as far as I know. Um, but it's cool to see everybody mesh together. You know, and it's all around a fun time, and if you learn who Todoroki's dad is, I think you get a little bit of Todoroki's backstory, don't you?
No.
If I
I
remember
don't
correctly,
think
no.
so too much.
I think that's later on.
But he does end up, uh, you know, doing really well, as far as I remember, and it neck and neck with Bakugo, and then
First,
in
you're last.
chapter 26, I believe,
That was the
because you
last
said
one.
it's yeah. So chapter 26, you see Deku flying on a fucking door, trying catching up with him.
Yeah, I thought it
Um,
was cool. They had him not use his quirk to win because if
mhm,
he would have been out there. I was
yeah.
wondering how they were going to do that.
So, but it shows that it shows that these people who are heroes on the fast track to being heroes, for the most part, are still children, and they have childlike tendencies. They're not all serious for the most part. So that's my hot take on it.
I thought, like I said earlier, I thought it was all good. Wasn't too slow. Besides the Miss Mountain part, which was just completely stupid. I didn't care about that. I don't know if you guys did.
Mm.
Wait, was even in the anime that part that
um,
shows her crying at her agency
I don't
or
think
half
so.
the town?
No.
Oh, well, it
Mm.
was in the manga and it was
I know they
absolutely
mention
dumb.
it. I know she whines about it, but they don't actually show it.
Yeah, it showed the whole
She
thing.
shows that she got like reprimanded, and that's about it.
It was dumb.
Um,
Crying about wanting
mhm,
to go to the top or whatever. She had a little
yeah.
fan crew, and it showed her not having to pay for something because the guy thought she was cute.
Yeah, that was in the anime.
No, it
Yeah, it
wasn't.
was like 4 or 5 pages of nonsense. Might have been even more. It was
Yeah, stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they cut out of most episodes from what's in the manga. So it is what it is.
um. We learn. You guys know T Dub does. I know Daniel does. T. Do you know what the next event is?
Um, I think it was like briefly said. I know like the idea of it a little bit.
Oh,
Of there
I
being
won't.
like teams and people with numbers and stuff, like the highest points
It
are gonna go
was
after each other.
it
I
was
just
a
can't remember
cavalry ball toss,
Calvary. That's what it was. Something Calvary.
I
Yeah.
believe.
I don't know what happens after. Besides, I know that it's that. I don't know the teams or
Mm.
anything. So I
No,
hope
we'll be
that
introduced to the teams next
they're
chapter.
not dumb. Put Todoroki on the same team as Deku or on the same because I would assume they have to share the points. Just how I would. I don't think they would get all 10 million for taking out Deku. But,
Yeah,
so I hope they're on different teams. So that's
I don't remember exactly, but that'll
uh
come up in the next chapter.
then you don't get a
So.
prediction because you already know.
Yeah, I can't say anything.
T, you're the only other one.
For what prediction?
Yeah, what do you want? Where do you want it to go?
Oh, I guess I don't really necessarily like know where I want it to go. I'm just kind of like enjoying just watching it. Um, I mean, the only thing that I guess I could say that I want to see is Deku start to get more control over his power of not being able to just completely shatter his bones every time he uses it. Um, I hope it gets more back towards the villains, gets a little more serious again. But now that I think about it, I think it is interesting to note that some of like the other teachers were saying that the Class A students seemed like they were moving, like they were ready. That they were like they've seen conflict already before, so they know if they stand still, then they're gonna die or whatever. I thought that was kind of cool because yeah, they got to see the battle um, that happened when they got like
Mhm.
invaded. So I think that's kind of like a cool like callback to like yeah, they've already seen a little bit of conflict, so now they're not as scared. And I thought it was pretty cool to like how they were. I mean, granted, they are kind of like the A team, of kids and everything, but how most of them were up near like the top of the pack and everything.
Yeah. Well, said you were enjoying it. I'm be honest, I'm not really enjoying all too much compared to the other ones I'm reading, but I'm trying to keep it
It's
its own and
it's
not
very
compare it to anything.
slow. It's slow and then it picks up and it gets slow again and then it picks up again. It's bounces back and forth for the first few volumes and then it gets just straight into like just fast paced.
But out of all the other stuff we've covered, Hell's Paradise wasn't slow. Neither was Kaiju.
Mm-mm. No,
Kind of like it to pick up, but I get
Season 2 of
introduced and
Vinland's
everything.
pretty slow.
T, you're a super duper nice guy.
that's just hurtful.
Wow.
Vinland Saga is not slow.
It is slow
No,
in the current
not.
season.
Introducing a character is going to be there till the very end.
Okay.
If a flashback episode is slow to you, I don't know what to tell you.
Been a couple episodes, but okay. Well, that's fine. Talk about it another day.
Now, Danielle, have you been watching it or have you been just reading it?
What?
My Hero.
Well, if it's on Shonen Jump, I read it. I've been reading it.
Hope you guys enjoy this and leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and comment, ideas, thoughts, and
Favorite
we'll
character
try to
so
answer
far.
them the best. All right,
See you.
later.
So,